Now today is very windy, so according to Ayurveda, when there is very windy outside, it will affect our mind because it will make some imbalance in the vata. So if you want to go deeper into Ayurveda, I suggest you check this out, because check your mind, how you feel when there is a lot of wind outside, and see how you will be affected in form of more negative thoughts and more stuff in your mind. But today I want to talk about one chapter in the Bhagavad Gita. And in this chapter, Krishna is guiding Arjuna in the battlefield. So in this battlefield, Arjuna is supposed to go into war with some great gurus, with some family members and people that he knows. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is always guiding Arjuna to the right path in the form of the different yogas that we have. It could be karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, and so on. So how can we relate to this, that according to the history is 5,000 years old? We doesn't always have to reinvent the wheel. When we have the wisdom, when we have the knowledge, we don't have to search for anything new. It's all written there. In those holy scriptures, you have all the wisdom that you need. And all that wisdom that is written in those holy scriptures is within you. So, Krishna is talking to Arjuna and guiding him because he's in a battlefield supposed to fight with his family. So today, what we have and what we experience is a big attachment, right? And the biggest attachment and the biggest thing for us to let go of is the family, right? For myself, I had a great revelation and a great awakening, a great liberation this year, because I was forced into be away from my son for 6 months. So this situation in the world with the corona helped me to become more and more liberated in the form of attachment to my son. I love my son, I do everything for him, but the attachment is the way. Are you understanding? And this is what Krishna is trying to guide Arjuna with. So Arjuna is in a hard situation, because on the other side of the battlefield in this Kurukshetra, his family and other people that he knows are on the other side, and he needs to fight against them. So Krishna is guiding him because he's trying to tell him that those are only family by blood in this body. Beyond this body, you are one with them and they are one with you. And this is something that you can take with you to deeper understand that you, your friend, your enemy, or anything around on this planet that has a life force is connected with you from the soul. The soul is connecting everything, and this soul is connecting to God. And in the Bhagavad Gita, they are referring to Krishna as God, as the Almighty Being. If you say Krishna, if you say Christ, if you say Shiva, it's all the same, it's all consciousness, it's all this love, consciousness that exists within all of us. But outside of this essence that we are experiencing our body, we are experiencing our mind, our ego, our emotions, attachments, feelings, right? And we identifying ourselves with that. And this will cause suffering because you identify yourself and you become attached with your child, with your children, with your spouse, with your mom, with your dad, with your siblings, right? They belong to me. We are family, right? But you may even feel sometimes that the family are feeling more disconnected to you than your friends are doing, right? You can feel that you are more connected to the nature than you are with your own family because you are not in the same vibration. You're not resonating with each other. You're on a total different path. But you love each other as a family, right? But when you meet, you feel like, I have nothing to say to this person anymore. I don't feel connected, right? And this is the way life goes. Just because we brought up in one family doesn't mean that we need to stick together forever, right? In some way we do, but we can detach ourselves. And even if we are connected or not connected, we can detach ourselves. And when we detach ourselves, we become liberated, we become free. So, what does that mean? It means that you know the truth. And the truth is that you don't owe your son. You don't owe your mother. It doesn't belong to your mother. Your mother doesn't belong to you. You're all one. Are you understanding? So this is what Krishna trying to tell Arjuna. And when Arjuna get liberated from this, he is not attached. He is not in suffer. And he can go to war without any bad tendencies in his mind. Because this is what it is. We're identifying ourselves with the body, with the person, with the story. And this story creates suffering and it creates attachments. So these attachments makes us suffer. And that was happened to me. I couldn't see my son, so I was in suffer. I did suffer, right? Because I could not spend time with him. I could not go and see him. And that was hurting. Until I got to a point where that was just blown away. Because I came into full acceptance of nature. Nature always gives you what you need. Cause and an effect. It is called karma. So this karma is always there. You think, and then there will be an effect of your thinking. If you are thinking negatively, you will start to feel bad. You will start to feel heavy, drained in your own energy. And this thought will produce another thought, and you will be in this mind movie, jumping around. Okay? So, I recommend everyone to read this chapter in the Bhagavad Gita. I believe it's the first chapter when they are in the Kurukshetra. So Arjuna is Krishna is guiding Arjuna to go to war with his own family. So this is all about, for us to understand the attachment that we have with our family, so we can release that attachment and liberate ourselves. And if you go in consciously, you will understand what I am saying. If you go in with your ego and your own projections, your own ideas, you will not understand what I am saying. You think that I will get rid of my family and don't care about them. It's not about that. This is true love. Unconditional love is when we can love someone unconditionally. When you are attached to someone, you are in fear that you will lose that person. If something happened to the person, you are in fear. Are you understanding? This is what's happening in the world also now, or during this year. People are not seeing each other. I am afraid to meet you because I may get this virus, or I am in this risiko vibration, right? So I can't see my mom. My mom can't see me because I'm afraid and she's afraid, because there is this attachment of connection. When this moves away you become free. You will now not have any fears left. Those fears will melt away, and you will be liberated, and you can live totally in the true essence of yourself and live totally in this life. Because you want to live fully, you want to be present and fully involved in every moment, right? Then we have to go through all those hard things that are moving and shaking us, right? It's moving and shaking us. It's moving and shaking the consciousness, this sleeping consciousness, and it's trying to awake us. And when different hard things happen in life, we start to wake up. Ego loosen itself a little bit. And from there, we raise our vibration to a higher state of consciousness, and we start to understand more, because our pain is our teacher. And when we learn to look into the pain from a conscious point of view and not from the ego point of view, we will grow. If you still go into the pain with your own ideas, with your own projections, from what you have experienced before, from the ego, you will stay there and you will go down in vibration and you will not understand. But if you move higher and let the conscious energy take over and just put your stubborn ego away for a moment and just go in full acceptance. In full acceptance, because when you can accept every single moment and you can accept everything, there will be no suffering. There will be total liberation, moksha. Om Namah Shivaya. Or should I say Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. It's all the same. Read the first chapter in the Bhagavad Gita. I recommend it highly. There are, though, many writers that had done the translation and the writings and published different types of Bhagavad Gita. So if you want to have a tip from me what to buy, you can see like what is fitting you, right? Are you someone who is from the jhana yoga, who's want to understand everything from the intellect, or from the karma yoga way, or from the bhakti yoga way? You see, there are different ways of interpreting. You know, you have Yogananda has written the Bhagavad Gita. Then you have this Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is, I think, the most common one, and this is very directed into Krishna, because it's from the Hare Krishna lineage, right? So we also have one book from Swami Shivananda, which from the Hatha Yoga. So just see, and if you want to talk further with it, you can send me a message and I will guide you into what I think would be the best version for you. Because some of us are very programmed, right? And if someone is very Hare Krishna, we can be like, oh, I don't totally resonate. Or if someone is too much into something else, we cannot really grab the message, right? And before we have come into that place in ourselves that we can be totally liberated and we can read whatever, right? Without getting triggered with our ego, then we may need some guidance in what version will be the best for you. So I wish you guys a blessed day. I hope this was inspiring, and I hope it can help you to liberate yourself from the attachment to your family. Krishna guiding Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.